The motion would grant the Department of Youth Development time-limited delegated authority to expedite contracts for youth programming. The purpose is to meet the urgent needs of youth in probation's care as well as during their reentry. Our office has received hundreds of comments from youth, parents, advocates, and other constituents pertaining to the lack of consistency of programming at Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall. While recent developments have raised the level of urgency, this motion has been in the works for a couple of months. It took a Herculean effort to come into compliance with the BSCC's regulations, and this included meeting the requirement of providing a minimum amount of consistent programming in our juvenile halls. As we all know, maintaining compliance in this area in the eyes of the BSCC continues to be a challenge. So it's critical to not only maintain compliance, but to generally provide the services our youth, frankly, need and deserve. Compliance is the floor. Our goal is to truly provide them the services they deserve. And Department of Youth Development is well positioned to deliver quality programming that engages youth and supports their development. These kinds of programs are fundamental to their well-being and the overall safety of probation facilities. DYD has taken steps within its current authority to respond to urgent programming needs, and we appreciate you for that. This includes investing in existing contracts and partnerships with other departments to expand supportive services. DYD has also been able to, using delegated authority, bring credible messengers to multiple facilities. DYD also used delegated authority to quickly bring the Drum Corps program to Barry J. Nydorf Juvenile Hall. The Inner City Youth Orchestra of LA was the only organization that was willing and able to provide this type of culturally responsive programming, and that was in response to the young people saying what they wanted in their programming. It wasn't just what we thought would be a bright idea for them, but in our effort to respond to what they've asked for, we're having to find organizations who have the capacity and are willing to do that. However, there remains a need to address programming gaps with a sense of urgency. While our board typically relies on the competitive bid process to procure services, the county cannot wait a full year to fill these critical service gaps. So again, this is a time-limited, I'm emphasizing time-limited, delegated authority that would enable DYD to contract with community-based organizations through an expedited process. To enhance transparency and oversight, DYD would notify the board a month in advance about intended contract awards. DYD has identified several organizations who can ramp up services quickly upon contract execution, allowing us to save critical time and steps. So it's critical that the board give DYD the flexibility it needs to meet these urgent needs quickly, not only for BSCC's expectation, but more importantly from my perspective, to meet the needs of the young people in our care. And I respectfully ask for an aye vote.